But before that, as we've said, tonight is Comic Relief, when hundreds of famous faces will be entertaining us all in the name of a very good cause. And one musical legend who will be once more getting involved is George Michael, and he's on the line now. Hi, George.
Hi, Kate. How you doing?
We're good. Have you been watching?
Hello, ladies. Yes, I've been watching. I think you must have been. Yeah, you must have had a bevy or two before you came on today, you lot.
I'll tell you what, Stilla's had a few.
Carolyn and Sherry should just take it outside.
And bash each other up.
And what about Bruno? Should Stilla take him outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I just think there might be things other than the age difference that got in the way.
George,
I didn't mean that in a bad way.
Now, listen, George, you are rolling up your sleeves tonight and getting involved with Comic Relief. What are you going to be doing?
Well, there are two things. There's a skit that, you know, I always like to do a bit of a skit for Comic Relief if I can. And there's a very, very funny skit that involves me. I won't go any further than saying that, because I think that the people at Comic Relief haven't released any pictures or anything. They don't want it to. I think they want it to be a surprise. But
Okay.
my part in a very long skit, my small part in a very long skit, I think was very well written for me. I'm very pleased with it. It's very funny. And then sometime in the evening after that, they're going to premiere the video for my single True Faith, which is basically all the proceeds will go to Comic Relief. So there's a video and the single available tonight.
As always, you've been very, very generous, and it's not just Comic Relief that've got their hands on this video. We've got a little preview for you now. Here it is. That is released exactly when, George?
That'll be available tonight on iTunes, and it's available on Amazon. Either way, if it's Amazon or iTunes, the money goes to Comic Relief. You don't have to worry that one is the physical, you know, the CD, and one is a download. But they're both going to Comic Relief.
Well done on being so generous with that. Thank you very much.
It's such an amazing charity. I think, you know, we shouldn't forget that, you know, it was Richard and Lenny and Dawn, I think, that really started it, and, you know, they deserve an amazing amount of credit for the amount of money they've raised over the years. I think it's an unbelievable charity.
Just quickly, George, before you go, is it true you're going to be an X Factor judge?
Oh, that's a laugh then.
Why do you keep asking me this? Because Simon hasn't asked me, so I don't understand it really. I don't read the papers, so I keep hearing this like once every couple of months or even a couple of weeks, and it's just like I don't understand it. I think it's part of the X Factor publicity, you know, strategy. But I don't seem to. It doesn't include me being asked.
Oh, we wish you would. We love you. We wish
love you to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know that if I was ever to,
Ask him.
I don't think I couldn't be involved in the bit where they take the mickey out of people, you know? Because, you know, I did those auditions when I was, like, 16, 17, 18, and I really wasn't a very good singer at that age, and I was terrified, and I remember an A&R guy handing me back my tape of Careless Whisper. Actually, he didn't hand it back, he threw it back.
No.
He threw it back across
Name
the
and
desk,
shame him,
said,
George.
He threw it back across his desk and said, well, you've got quite a good voice, but go home and write a hit song. But you know something which is very rare. I managed to actually get my own back because about 2 years after Careless Whisper had come out, some years later, because this was, you know, I took it to him when I was 17. But when it finally came out, I was about, I think, 21. I saw him at you know, not showbiz, like a media party, and I walked up to him in a group of people and said, "Do you remember me?" And he said, "No." So I said, yeah, do you remember? You must remember. I was about 17, and I came in, and I gave you a cassette of Careless Whisperer, and you told me to go home and write a hit song. I'm sure his heart fell through his stomach the same way mine did when he threw the tape back at me.
Yeah.
Good for you, George.
So I understand how terrifying and how heartbreaking auditions are, especially if you're really young. I could never be involved in that part. Maybe, I don't know, some mentoring thing, I don't know. But I couldn't be involved in the cruel part.
Oh, well, George, before you go, thank you for calling in today. And please download the single, download the video, and just on a personal note, I love you.
Do you
really does. Do you really? Do you mean that?
I've gone off Bruno now.
Shush!
Well, as I said, Cilla, I think with Bruno, you may be barking up the wrong tree. Kate.
Yeah?
Hey, listen, if you don't mind sharing me with a handful of people, we could be married.
OMG! You're
on! Throw that in there.
I am so single right now. Oh, George, seriously, thank you so much for calling in today. And yes, I will marry you.
Thanks,
it's official.
everybody.
Okay. George Michael, everyone! Mrs. George Michael, everyone. Yes. Still got it, Cilla. Look, my hands are all shaky. George! Now, how often do you fantasise about indulging in some first-class pampering? Well, you could be living the dream if our competition prize of £15,000 finds its ways to you, as well as £1,000 worth of vouchers to spend at the Champneys Health Resorts. Yeah, we're also throwing in a copy of the Loose Women book for lovely mums. I can't think straight. Just go away. Which singer had a UK